Hi, I'm Gabe Edgar. I'm your lab instructor, and today in this video I'm going to show you how to do your labs. Let's get started. Okay, the first thing to do is going to be to go to eCampus, and you can just type in the address ecampus.dccd.edu, and you click on Access Courses. And then, of course, you put in your username and password and click Login. You should see 5 classes. One for grammar, reading, listening and speaking and writing, and then a 5th one for labs, either level 3 labs or level 4 labs, depending on if you're in level 3 or level 4. Now, this My Courses box will not always be at the top. Maybe it's at the bottom. But you know you can move these boxes around so you can organize your eCampus page the way that you want it to be. I'm going to click on Level 3 Labs. The very first thing that comes up is the announcements page. We have 2 announcements. The first one gives you instructions on how to email me and what information you need to include in your email. And the second one is about your required textbooks. Here are the textbooks for level 3, and of course if you're in level 4 they'll be slightly different. What we want to do next is click on Read First Course Information. The very first thing is the orientation video. That's what you're watching right now, but you can watch it again with that link. And then underneath that is the lab information, including my email address, the books that you need, and a description of the class. What you need to know is that there are 3 labs, a reading lab, a writing lab, and a grammar lab. And that each of those have 6 labs, so there's a total of 18. Each one has a quiz, and you must complete all assignments by the due date. The due date's always Wednesday by midnight. Down at the bottom is the overview of due dates. This is a page that you can print. You can download the document file if you need to, but it has the dates for grammar, for writing, and for reading. So you can print that off and put it on your desk somewhere so you'll always have it. Okay, so let's take a look at the grammar lab. Up at the top are the instructions, as well as an overview of the topics for each lab. Each lab has a due date and a topic. Here's Grammar Lab 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And you can see the dates that line up with each of those. Let's click on Grammar Lab 1. In each lab, you're going to see some instructions of what to do, and you just do the instructions. They might say read a chapter in a book or visit a web page, and you do all of those. And then at the bottom, you have a lab quiz. Let's take a look at the lab quiz now. Hey, you'll notice I haven't even started yet. You don't start the lab quiz until you click on Begin. Here are the instructions. It tells you what to do, tells you how long you'll have. It also says that once you start this quiz, you will have 90 minutes to complete it. That's true of every quiz. Once you start each quiz, you'll have 90 minutes to complete it. But you can also start and stop the quiz, and that's good that if your computer breaks, if you have to reboot, or if you have to leave and come back, that's okay. If your computer starts over, just come back in and start the quiz again, and as long as you finish within 90 minutes of starting, you'll be okay. So if you start at 3 o'clock, you need to finish by 4:30. If you start at 7:30, you need to finish by 9 p.m. Okay, let's click Begin and take a look at what the quiz actually looks like. You'll notice there's the instructions at the top and the time limit. And then you have the question. So in this grammar quiz, you're just being asked, is the sentence right or wrong? You click the answer that you want, and then you can click Save Answer. It's very important that you remember to click Save Answer before you go to the next one. Down here in the bottom right-hand corner, you can click go to the next question. So we're going to click go. And then you have the second sentence. You decide if that's right or wrong. So just pay attention to the instructions. Down here there's a sentence that says once you go on that you can't go back. You'll notice there's no back button. So you need to make sure you save, select your answer and save before you go to the next one. Okay, I'm going to leave this page. Go back to the grammar labs. So there's the labs, grammar lab 1 through 6. Also at the bottom is the answer key for Writing Clearly. Writing Clearly is the book you'll be using, so you can check your answers after you do the exercises in Writing Clearly. Let's take a look at the reading labs. Same thing, the instructions at the top, the due dates, and then all 6 reading labs. And then some extra practice for academic word power. You have the instructions, and then the assignment, what chapter or what unit you're supposed to look at in Academic Word Power 2. For level 3, we're using Academic Word Power 2. For level 4, we're using Academic Word Power 3. So just pay attention to the instructions, read them carefully, and then when you're ready, click the quiz. The quiz is going to test you about the 20 words that you learned for that reading lab. So that's the reading labs. Let's take a look at the writing labs. Same thing, instructions at the top, and then writing labs 1 through 6. And for each one you have instructions and you have a lab. There's meant to be all very, very similar. Now you'll notice that you can see Writing Lab Quiz 1 and Writing Lab Quiz 2. You can see Quiz 1 and 2 for each of the labs, but not Quiz 3 yet. Quiz 3 will be available once Quiz 1 is completed. So you can work up to 2 weeks in advance. So once Quiz 2 is completed, you can work on up to Quiz 4. And once Quiz 3 is completed, you can work on Quiz 5. I hope that makes sense, that you can work 2 weeks in advance. But you will not be able to complete all of the quizzes in the first week. You have to be patient and go week by week. Okay, over here are my grades. You can click on my grades and see all my grades. Of course, we don't have any right now, but you'll start seeing them as we do the quizzes. And then lastly, click on Email Your Teacher, and it has my email. My email is gedgar, E-D-G-A-R, @dcc.edu. I highly suggest that you write that down, because if you have problems, this would be what you'd want to do. You'd want to email me immediately. Don't wait. Email me immediately if you have any kind of problems. That's the best thing you can do. Okay, so make sure you click on Read First and read the course descriptions and all the instructions. Always read carefully. If you have any questions, email me. Email me as soon as you have any question or problem. Don't wait. And then if you need any extra help, you can always go to the ESOL Tutoring Corner. Okay, thank you for watching my video. I hope you have a great semester.